Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with Serkworks, back with part 3 of my series on how to trick out your Comic-Con or trade show booth using EPS foam, or Styrofoam as it's commonly known. So let's kind of recap what we've done so far. We basically showed how to cut out shapes using hot wire tools. This is a finished piece I did. Well, not totally finished. We are going to finish it today, or at least add the hard coating. That's step 3. In part 2, I showed you how to sand down some pieces to get nice and smooth and kind of a finished look to it. One thing I didn't show, which I'll show you now, sometimes you get little nicks in the foams and things. You have to do some touch-ups. You can see right here, that's just wood filler that you can buy from a hardware store or whatever, and kind of use it to fill it. You can also use caulking, but that stuff's kind of soft. This stuff will actually will harden, and then it'll create a little better finish. So you can use that to touch up mistakes and things like that. This actually came from, I use a spray adhesive to create the masks for cutting out these shapes, which I believe I showed in part 1. But anyway, and then the spray foam actually ate away at it because it's an aerosol, which can do damage to foam. But anyway, you can correct things like that. So what I'm going to talk about today is some hard coating techniques. Now there's a couple different hard coatings that I use. One of them you can kind of make at home for the most part with just stuff you can buy at the hardware store. The other one you have to order through the internet, and I'll show you the difference between those two. The first one I'm going to show you I'm not going to use for this particular project, because this one I want to be really nice and smooth and everything. But in the past I've done things like this. I don't know if you can see this. This is I can't get that far back. Let's see. This is just a tombstone that I did, and it's got kind of a stone texture. And if you want something rough like this, then you're going to want to make what's commonly called monster mud. And there's other tutorials that go a little more in depth on how to do that online. Just search monster mud on YouTube or whatever. There's a lot that are way better than me. I made this up a while back, but basically what monster mud is, it's I think it's like, and you can adjust these the levels of these different ingredients, but it's 5 parts drywall compound, 1 part latex paint, and then if you want to get it nice and gritty like that, you can add some sand to it. So anyway, I mix this up, and then I just put it in a container and I save it for later. I don't know how long it's starting to thicken up quite a bit here, so this may work, it may not. I can always make more. But that's the monster mud, which isn't what I'm going to be using today, but I thought I'd just talk about it anyway. What I'm using today is a product called Styro Spray, and it's a 2-part. There's these 2 different parts, part A and part B, that you mix together equal amounts. I get this from a company called Industrial Polymers Corporation right here. It's not inexpensive, but it does go a long way. So I mean, I've done quite a bit with this stuff already. Hopefully I have enough left to do what I need to do, because I've got a lot of pieces to cover. But anyway, now I'll put a link up on the YouTube channel, and if you're watching this on Facebook or Google Plus or whatever, if you want that link, you might have to go directly to where it is on YouTube, and in the description I'll put links to all this stuff. Or like I said, it's always easy just to Google that stuff. So the one thing before you do this, you're going to want to get some latex or some vinyl gloves like I'm wearing right now. This stuff does not come out. Once it attaches itself to anything, it's there forever. So if you drip it on the floor, I mean, you can, if it's on like a cement floor, you can maybe chisel it out or whatever, but you don't want to get this on your skin or your clothes or anything. So what I usually do is I just get a couple like solo cups like this, and I'll mark, like if it's equal amounts, so you want to put equal marks on here, and then you pour 1 of each, and then I'm going to pour it together. Now a trick, I've talked to the company, because before, the company that manufactures this, because one of the problems I was having before was, hold on one second. Alright. If you look here, you can see where this drips. Now, I sanded down some of this stuff, but if you put it on right away, it's really, really, it's really runny. So it drips, and it's almost impossible to not have it drip like that. So you have to go in and do a lot of sanding. What I was told was if I mix it like 3 days in advance, which is what I'm going to do today, I'm going to mix my stuff today, and then I'll shut off the video, and then I'll come back in a couple days and check on it, and then I will actually apply it. But for you guys watching this, it'll all be in one shot. So, but anyway, I was told that if I mix it together, and leave it for a couple days, 2 or 3 days, then it'll be the right consistency and it'll be perfect. I won't have to do as many coats because it'll be a little thicker. So I'm going to try that out. Hopefully it works. So let's see. This is the part A, and as you can see here, it's kind of a, I don't know what it looks like, almost like a pancake syrup, like a maple syrup. The other component is kind of like looks kind of like milk, like a thick milk, almost a pancake batter. There's flies all over here. All right, so I'm going to. I filled it just to this top part of the cup here. Now I got one of these buckets, this ice cream bucket. I saved these. My kids like ice cream, so I got tons of these. Just going to pour that in there. I've got a, hold on. Now this is pretty thick. Just want to get all this, make sure I don't waste any of this stuff. See how much I have left. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some more. So where I drew that little line before is where I'm gonna fill it up. And just again, you just want to make sure you have equal amounts of both these components. Okay. Never mind the motorcycles driving by or the birds chirping. Although that doesn't bother me as much. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to put cap back on this. Let's save the rest for later. Like I said, sometimes you just have to experiment with amounts. The first time I used this product, it was actually an earlier version, and it hardens so quick, especially here. I live in Arizona where it gets really hot. So I mixed this big batch, and it was to the point where you had like a 15-minute window to use it, and that was not enough because the rest I just wasted so much because it just hardened up. They've retooled the product, and now you have a lot bigger open window. What actually happens is when you save this stuff, a film will create over it, and that will stop what's underneath it from hardening. So you just kind of peel off the top film when you're ready to coat it, and most of the rest of it is still good to go. So a lot better product now, a lot bigger working window. Okay, so now we're going with the second. And like I said, it kind of looks like a pancake batter. And fill it to that top ridge again. And there we go. Get all that stuff out of there. See that? Let me move this over a little bit so you can see. It's real sticky. Much out of there as I can. And then I'll put the next. Now I fill this up to that little mark that I put on there, making sure that I have the same amount of each. Okay. I'm going to have to reorder some of this stuff pretty soon, so hopefully I've got enough here to do what I need to do. I've never mixed this much up before, but I have tons of pieces, so we'll see. Hopefully I have enough. So, alright. Okay. Now, put this over here, put the cap back on. Now that I've got these, I want to mix it up real good. I don't know if you can tell from here. I'm going to make sure, because right now, once it looks like it's all one solid color, it should be mixed okay, because otherwise it kind of looks like a swirl, because you've got that pancake syrup color and then the milky color. Once that's all together. Okay. Now, I don't know if I should, again, so this stuff will stick to anything. So when I'm done with this thing, it's pretty much gone. So even if I set it here, set it down on this piece of wood, it's going to attach it to this piece of wood, and I won't be able to get it off. Okay. So I don't know if I can just leave it like this, and then if, like I said, that film will cover, it might be okay. But I'm just going to put the lid on just in case. I don't know if it makes much difference. I will check on it in the next couple days. So I'll come back, but I did show. So I showed you the kind of this hard. I mean, this was the monster mud technique, kind of that rough stone look. So this is a little smoother. This is more with the product that I'm going to be working with. So I am going to turn this tape off, and I will come back in 3 days to start coating everything. For you, it will be instantaneous. So see you in a few seconds.